Hi everyone, it's Squire Twiz here. Today's going to be a very quick review, unboxing of a new game I've got. Now, in our household, we play board games occasionally, not very often. We did at one point have like a family night where we'd all sit around the table playing things like That's Life, Monopoly. But they're really mainstream and boring games. You know, Monopoly can take hours to play. And at the end of the day, no one really enjoys it. So we started branching out into less mainstream, niche type board games. We've played a few and really enjoy them. We get a bit of a laugh out of it. We've got things like, to be honest, I can't remember the names of them all. But we've got a couple of games we play. So to that end, I went out and bought a game that I've been hearing a lot about over the years. It's been out for quite a while. It's a card game, which I'm not really into card games that much. But I saw a review online and it actually looked quite fun. So I thought, I'm going to get it. Now, I didn't want to get the standard version. And I saw that a deluxe version of the game was available. So I've gone out and bought it. But again, I've not bought the standard deluxe version, the original version of this game. I've gone and bought a variant of it. Because I like science fiction, they actually happen to do a sci-fi version. And I've gone and bought it. The game is Munchkins. Or in this case, Star Munchkin. Basically, in this game you have a character, you level up, you fight monsters and that. First one to the top level wins. So I thought today quickly, I haven't opened it, so we'll do a quick unboxing video and see what it's like. Now the art on the top of this box, very cartoonish, and that is what promises to be on the card artwork and that inside. Now the game itself, Munchkin, like I said, it's been around for years. It's produced by Steve Jackson Games. He could almost be described as the grandfather of role-playing games, if you discount Guy Jacks, who did Dungeons and Dragons. Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone, I remember from way back in the early 80s, they produced a range of books for kids, adventure role-playing books. These are my original ones from back then. Warlock of Firetop Mountain, some people may have heard of this. Yeah. Citadel of Doom, Forest of Doom. These have been going out for many years. I think I had over 40 of them at one point. They're a story, an adventure game, you read through, you roll dice, you turn a page to the relevant one. Like I said, Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, they've been producing games for years. Steve Jackson then started his own company, Steve Jackson Games, and he continues to produce fine games. Most of them are fun, and Munchkins is one of his. Like I said, Star Munchkin, this one is a science fiction version, so it's not the fantasy elves and goblins type thing, but then Munchkins never is, from what I've heard. So let's have a look at the box. So first out we have, the advertising flyer. The fun doesn't end when you reach level 10. So obviously this is some Munchkin merchandise you can buy, t-shirts, posters, figures. And on the back, some more games. They're really interesting flyers. This appears to be the rule book, which, quite big, and again you can see the artwork, cartoony on that, got cartoons on the back. This seems to be quite a lot of rules from what I've seen on the reviews. It's got how to set it up, what to do with your cards, how you fight, how you level up. But I thought the game was going to be simple. Having something this big, this many rules in it, makes it look complicated. Board, Now, the standard version of Munchkin you get is just really a box of cards. The deluxe version, it actually has a board. So it's not technically a board game, I said it is a card game. But on this one, you have a board, planets. Each planet is a level. So you start at level 1. The goal is to be the first to reach level 10. Places for your cards to go in different categories. It's a very small board, but yeah, nice thickness of cardboard, nice little design, kept simple because the game is supposed to be, or at least I thought until I saw this, it was simple. Okay, here are your tokens to represent each player. Now the game is played between 3 and 6 players, and on here obviously you've got 12 tokens, 2 for each player, male or female, so you can actually be a man or a woman character when you're playing it. Different colours obviously, so you can distinguish which one's yours. Now I do know that there used to be a version of Munchkin that came with little plastic figures instead, and that was the deluxe version. This, for some reason, they've gone to card instead, probably costing that. That's a bit of a letdown. I'd have liked to have had the plastic figures. It's just me, I come from a miniature background. Figures are always nicer than having cardboard. Also you got the little stands to put your cardboard figures in. 1 dice. Didn't even realise that it required dice in the game. And 2 packs of cards. You can see it's still sealed, so let's have a quick look at one of the pack. Now these are your monster cards, your item card, treasure cards. So as you can see, we've got various things on there. The artwork, like I said, cartoony all the way through. Don't know how you distinguish between what is your, it must be the backs. And the fronts are slightly different colours, so you can tell which are treasure cards, which are monster cards. So let's have a look at 1 or 2 of these, shall we? Let's pick one at random. You have a level 1 chair. Might have treasure, knock the stuffing out of it, look behind the cushions. Bad stuff. Psychics become one with the chair and escape automatically. Others must discard 1 chair, your choice. And there's 1 treasure. Don't know what it means, to be honest. Look, we've got a trap, a squeakulator, and you lose a level. So all the way through, they must be, yep, they're your class ones. So it actually tells you on the bottom. There's even a cheat card. Play this card with an item card you have in play, and when you play an item card from your hand, this item is legal for you to use, even if it otherwise would not be. Okay, and we got second pack of cards. So there's quite a lot of cards included in this game. Let's open that one up. Again, more the same. So there's race cards. Can be a cyborg. So what I've got there: feline, a trader. That's a class. Yep. You've won cosmic understanding. You go up a level. So various cards, like I said, all with this nice kiddish style cartooniness to them. Looks really nice. Without anyone else here to play, I don't know how the game plays out properly. I do know part of the gameplay is while you're going up the levels, it's not just a matter of doing what they call kicking the door down, which is your access to the next level. Flipping the card to find out if it's a monster card or a treasure card. If it's a monster, you've got to fight it. If it's a treasure, you get to keep it. But when you're fighting the monsters, part of it is you can ask other players for help. They can refuse, or they can help you. Basically what that means is they can either give you a treasure that might aid you in your combat. They could add points to your strength, so your strength is higher than the monster you're fighting. But the more likely, when they're doing that, ask for something in return. They're not going to do it out of the kindness of their own hearts. They're going to want something. So it's a bit of a game of like bribery, bartering. You ask for help, you may know that someone's got something that really could help you, but they're not going to give it to you straight away. You're going to have to give something in return. Whether it's gold pieces, whether it's 2 items of treasure that you have which might not be any use to you, but the other person could use. You're going to have to give something. At the same time, while you're doing that, other players could decide to throw something in that aids the monster instead. So while you're trying to go up levels, you're going to have the other players trying to stop you, because obviously they want to win, they want to get the levels quicker. They can actually get in your way by aiding the monsters, cancelling out some of your cards. So if you put down a card that maybe gives you an extra +2 strength, they might have a card that says, oh no, you can't do that, you can't use that item, you can't do something else. So it may start arguments. In our household it probably will. But it also may get a bit of a laugh, because the cards, some of the cards have got some funny stuff on them, yeah, you know, descriptions, but at the same time it'll be laughing at, asking people for help, what they're doing to help you, sorting things out. Now at the moment, like I said, I've got no one here to play it. I'm not going to go through playing a game on my own, pretending that I've got others. I'm not quite that sad. But I will try and get a game done sometime in the next week or two, and let you know how it goes on. Now this set, overall, it's about £25 I think I paid for it. Bit expensive for a card game. I know there are plenty of other card games out there, but like I said, I could have bought the standard version. That would have been about, I think, £15 or so. And I just get basically a box of cards, and there you can see how many sort of cards you get. That's quite thick. There's a good 3 inches or so cards in there. And you've got the dice as well, but there wouldn't be any counters. There wouldn't be a board. You have to keep track of everything yourself. So overall, for £25, without the plastic figures in it, and I know that the original deluxe version came with plastic figures for the same price, 25 is a bit of a letdown. It's a bit expensive. If you're getting the plastic figures in there, that would have been really nice, really worth having, make it definitely worth a little bit more price wise. But I'm hoping that with playing the game, the value is in the play of the game. From what I've seen online, it looks like it is. So I can't wait to sit down and play it with everybody, whether it's my friends, yeah, trying to get a board game or card game with my friends, probably not, or family, we'll see. So yeah, another game by Steve Jackson. I ought to say really, it's also illustrated by John Kovalic in his style. There's not much more to say about it really. Back the box just in case anyone wants to see it. And till next time, it's quite worth saying. See you later.